We start our morning rush with news happening right now. Justin Hansen, the man who pleaded no contest to attacking a teen girl with a shovel, beginning his 18-year sentence this morning. You might remember the attack happened nearly 10 years ago. Brittany Marcel went home to meet her mom for lunch. When Brittany got home, she was attacked. The attacker took off when her mom walked in, but left behind a drop of blood when he broke through a window. APD says Hansen's DNA was later linked to that drop of blood through DNA on a McDonald's cup that he threw away. Brittany Marcel says the sentencing is closure for her and her family, who testified in court.
Well, the 18 years is, I personally don't think that's enough, but it's a starter.
In court, Brittany recalled her near-death experience, the attack leaving her bloodied with a swollen head, a broken jaw, fractured wrist, and traumatic brain injuries. But even with Hansen in custody this morning, the family says questions still remain. Brittany says she still has no idea why the attack happened. It took 2 years of hypnosis for her to remember Hansen's name. John.
All right, the next big weather maker is going to be a backdoor cold front that's working its way through the state as we speak. We're getting a canyon wind in the metro through the morning hours, and then a good round of showers and storms on the way for the afternoon. And we'll continue with a good round of showers and storms for the day tomorrow as we keep some moisture around. We'll see fewer storms on Saturday before another cold front arrives on Sunday. Crystal?
On to news happening today. New details here. Several dangerous wildfires continue burning in California. Crews evacuated tourists from Yosemite National Park so they can battle a growing blaze nearby. Yosemite will remain closed until Sunday. Officials also evacuated a town east of LA. About 12,000 people there. That's where flames have already burned at least 4 homes. Also new this morning, 11 conservative members of Congress have introduced articles of impeachment against Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. He is a Justice Department official who oversees Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. The group charges Rosenstein with, quote, high crimes and misdemeanors for failing to produce all the documents the group has requested. Those behind it say they want to force a vote soon, possibly today. But even if it does pass, it will likely fail in the Senate. On to new news for you this morning. President Trump tweeting a photo of himself embracing the European Union Commission president. They met for trade talks yesterday at the White House and announced a plan to hold off on new tariffs. Trump says the U.S. will suspend plans to tax European auto imports and says the EU has agreed to buy more U.S. soybeans and increase its imports of liquefied natural gas from the U.S. Looking ahead for you on this Thursday morning, about 300 immigrant families expected to arrive in Albuquerque over the next few days. That's where they will stay until they're deported. This comes after 57 immigrant adults and children were reunited in Otero County. Yesterday, they did receive help from the local chapter of Lutheran Family Services. That does include backpacks filled with essential items before they were taken to hotel rooms by volunteers. Donations have been pouring in for the immigrants. If you want more details on this, go to alwayson.krqe.com. On to other news happening right now. Santa Fe City Councilors are banning a part of Santa Fe's annual fiestas this year because they say it sparks racial tension. Santa Fe councilors voted to remove the entrada. That's a historical pageant showing Spanish conquistadores reclaiming Santa Fe from the natives. You'll recall an angry protest against the entrada broke out just last year. On to new news for you this morning. Mayor Alan Weber in Santa Fe now declaring a state of emergency following flooding there. That's according to the Santa Fe New Mexican. The mayor says this will make state and federal dollars available for cleanup and for damage. Today, you can also get more sandbags at around 8 o'clock this morning at Fire Station number 5. Today, you can also place debris at the curbside to be collected by city crews. The Red Cross still has a shelter set up at the former Santa Fe University of Art and Design Center. John.
The Metro Threat Index for today up to a 4 because we are going to be looking at a little bit better coverage of showers and storms later on this afternoon, courtesy of that backdoor cold front. We could see gusty winds at times, first of all, in this morning with the canyon wind, and then with some of the thunderstorms that develop later on today. Could see a little isolated flooding as well. Crystal?
This morning, veterans of the Vietnam War will be honored at a special ceremony leading up to the 50th anniversary of the end of that Vietnam War. It's part of a rolling nationwide effort launched in 2008 by President Obama. The ceremony is set to feature several keynote speakers, including Major General Kenneth Nava, as well as the issuing of a special certificate and pin to both Vietnam veterans and to their families representing their loved ones. The ceremony starts at 10 o'clock this morning at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Amphitheater. Right now, state police still looking into who keeps vandalizing a religious mural in northern New Mexico. The owners of the Olivers County store in Ojo Caliente say they found their Lady of Guadalupe mural defaced Monday morning once again. Vandals painted on that mural back in January as well. The damage is estimated to be around $1,200. The store plans on repainting the mural once again. John.
All right, let's take a look at your traffic, where this morning we don't have any accidents to report, at least so far. And the traffic is starting to pick up in volumes a little bit as you head along the freeways. Here's a look at the Big I, where you can see we're getting a little bit of thickening on those roadways. So if you're heading out and about, factor in a little extra time. Crystal.
All right, here's a big talker for you this morning. Get ready for Giraffe Cam 2.0. It was in April of 2017 when April gave birth. Now baby number 5 is on the way. April's first live stream delivery was a viral sensation last year. The second is expected to draw the same attention. New York's Animal Adventure Park made the announcement yesterday. She's already months into her pregnancy. Get this, giraffes are typically pregnant for more than a year before giving birth, so the park expects a new arrival to come around March. Of course, we'll be watching right here.
Welcome back. It's a nice start to the day in Albuquerque. 74 degrees the current temperature. Winds gusting up to 32 miles per hour. We'll continue to deal with the canyon wind through the morning hours at least. As we make our way throughout the rest of the day, we'll eventually top off in the low 90s later on this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds. We are going to be looking at a better chance at showers and storms today as a cold front has rejuiced the atmosphere with moisture. Highs today across the north into the 80s. Down to the south, we'll top out in the mid to upper 90s. We will keep that chance at showers going as we head into the day tomorrow, and then we'll see those chances taper off a little bit for Saturday.
All right, time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, some local university students will soon take a center stage this weekend. 3 UNM students will present ideas about education at the upcoming TEDxABQ. They are among a group of speakers examining ways to update approaches to learning for today's youth. One of the students will talk about inspiring future engineers to approach their work with compassion and cultural sensitivity. Another student will address the challenges of not knowing exactly where your education should take you. And finally, the third student is set to talk about the future of sex education at APS. The event is Saturday afternoon at the Chemo Theater.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 now, some not so flattering attention for New Mexico. A video getting a lot of attention this morning suggesting people stay away from our state. Last week, YouTube channel World According to Briggs posted a video about the top 10 reasons not to move here. Creator Jim Briggs says the school reviews are consistently bad. They also complain about the weather, job market, and of course, their education system. Briggs' channel features those kinds of videos about other states as well, but says he'll make a positive video about New Mexico sometime down the line. Don't know how he's complaining about the weather.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. Now, today, we will have a chance at maybe a couple of showers and storms later on this afternoon with highs in the low 90s. We'll continue with that storm chance as we wrap up the week.
Oh, on to number 2 now. New this morning as cleanup continues up in Santa Fe following that flooding. Mayor Alan Weber now declaring a state of emergency. This as the city braces for even more rain. According to the Santa Fe New Mexican, the mayor says this will make state and federal dollars available for cleanup and for flood damage. More sandbags will be available beginning at 8 o'clock this morning at Fire Station number 5. That's in about an hour. Today, you can also place debris at the curbside to be collected by city crews. This is video from some of that flooding that took place in Santa Fe. Actually, 3 people had to be rescued right there from that vehicle after they were swept away by floodwaters. Number 1 now, the man who pled no contest to nearly beating a then teen girl to death with a shovel back in 2008 is beginning his 18-year prison sentence this morning. This after an emotional day in court. Brittany Marcel faced her attacker on his sentencing day, recalling the day she came to meet her mom for lunch and instead was attacked by Justin Hansen. Marcel and her siblings spoke to the court and Hansen about the months that would follow after her suffering from a swollen head, a broken jaw, fractured wrist, and traumatic brain injuries. DNA from a drop of blood left behind on the shattered window matched Hansen's, leading to his arrest. This morning, Hansen still not owning up to the crime. The Marcel family left with one question remaining: why did he do it?